Soundstripe.
They say I'm young, they say I'm dumb, but what they don't know is where I've been and who I am, all the ways I've grown. Blood in the sweat, tears and regret.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Trail Mix Podcast. I don't even remember what we're going to be doing. Are we doing the ancient world during Jesus' time?
That might have been our topic. I think I
Um,
wrote it down.
yeah, because I remember we were going to do more research.
And I don't know about you, but I did not do more research.
I did not either, so we can.
Yeah, what was happening in the world at Jesus' time? So that's what yeah. So you had brought up uh, the Chinese people. And that, remember, you remember doing that?
Yes.
How the sky was dark.
Yes, at the crucifixion, yeah.
Yeah. So that was. There's got to be more accounts of that. You know what I'm saying?
I would think so. I mean, if the Chinese were writing about it,
Yeah, which is pretty wild. This is where I wish I had two laptops. But I got a phone.
yeah,
Same thing.
I'm guilty.
Guilty as charged. Let's see. What do we want to look up? Oh, I just had the correct terminology too. It just escaped me. Dang it. Oh, is it smoky where you're at?
It is a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as what it has been in the past.
I got you. Okay. Worldwide accounts. Um, there we go. Oh, Wikipedia has an explanation on the crucifixion of Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Shall
interesting.
we read it?
We shall. That'll be good. I'm always curious about what Wikipedia has to say.
Oh yeah. All right. Oh, pardon me. All right, here we go. This is by Wikipedia. Jesus was put to death by crucifixion, being nailed to an instrument made by the Romans for capital punishment, commonly named a cross, Latin crux. The instrument of crucifixion is taken to be an upright wooden beam, to which was added a transverse wooden beam, thus forming a cruciform or T-shaped structure. This crucifixion occurred in 1st century Judea, most likely in AD 30 or AD 33. The event is described in the Bible by four canonical Gospels. Probably did not say that correctly. Referred to in the New Testament epistles and later attested to by other ancient sources. Ooh, I like that.
Mm.
I kind of want to stop right there and because you can click on that. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna stop right there and click on other ancient sources. See what happens. Hmm. Uh, here's okay. There's a dude named. I'm gonna give it a shot. Mara Bar Serponian, Marabrapion. That's his name. All right, here's his explanation. An early non-Christian reference to the crucifixion of Jesus is likely to be this person's name in a letter to his son, written sometime after 73, but before the 3rd century. The letter includes no Christian themes, and the author is presumed to be neither Jewish nor Christian. The letter refers to the retributions that followed the unjust treatment of 3 wise men. Socrates, uh, Paul, what's his name? Pythagoras. Pythera, Py,
Pythagoras.
yes, Pythagoras. My bad. I knew I
Yeah,
had.
as you were
Yeah,
spelling it, I was thinking Pythagorean theorem. That's why.
that too. But I'm like, that's not how you. That's the dude's name, but how do I pronounce it? Anyways, and the wise king of the Jews. Some scholars, and that's in quotation, the wise king of the Jews. Some scholars see little
Interesting.
doubt that the reference to the execution of the king of Jews is about the crucifixion of Jesus, while others place less value in the letter given the ambiguity in the reference. Then there's Josephus and ta- tactic, tactic, tacticus. These people make you stutter. Tacticus. Got to be Roman. Yep, early 2nd century. Let's see what this guy has to say. We don't know what Josephus had to say. You know what Josephus had to say? Or shall I read that also?
I do. I have heard that before, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
All right, I'll read it. And in the Antiquities of Jews, written about 93, Jewish historian Josephus stated that Jesus was crucified by Pilate, now this is a snippet from his writings. Now there was about this time Jesus, a wise man. He drew over to him both many of Jews and many, pardon me, Gentiles. And when Pilate, at the suggestion of the principal men amongst us, had condemned him to the cross. Uh, Most modern scholars agree that while this Josephus passage includes some later interpolations, uh, it originally consisted of an authentic nucleus that a reference to the execution of Jesus by Pilate. James Dunn, whoever that is, states that there is a broad consensus among scholars regarding the nature of an authentic reference to the crucifixion in the Testimonium. Then there's this Tactiest guy. Is there anybody in Rome like named Bob or anything like that? They have like what do
Yeah,
you classify as
Larry.
normal names? Larry. Go fetch Larry. It's probably like the only Larry in the entire Roman Empire. I know that guy. I saw him in a caravan.
You're right.
All right, let's see what old. I'm just gonna call him tactical. It's way easier. That's what I want to say. It's tactical. Tactic.
Yeah.
Cactus. So I call him cactus. All Early in the 2nd century, another reference to the crucifixion of Jesus was made by Tacitus. Hey, I said it correctly. Uh, Generally considered one of the greatest Roman historians. Uh, Writing in the Annals, Tacitus described the persecution of Christians by Nero and stated that Pilate ordered the execution of Jesus. This is what he wrote. Nero fastened the guilt and inflicted the most exquisite tortures on a class of hated for their abominations, called Christians by the populace. Christus, from whom the name had its origin, suffered the extreme penalty during the reign of Tiberius at the hands of one of our uh, procurators. Pro, pro, mm, curators. Procur. Good night. I can't read tonight. Um, Anyways, oh my word, Pontius Pilate. I think all this smoke's getting to me, man. It's so smoky here. It's terrible. Scholars generally consider that Tacticus uh, referenced the execution of Jesus by Pilate to be genuine and of historical value as an independent Roman source. Oh, then there's Lucian, 2nd century. He mentions Jesus' crucifixion. The Christians, worship a man to this day. The distinguished personage who introduced their novel rights was crucified on that account. Oh, man, why can't anybody just have a normal name? What's this dude's name? Celsus. Celsus. Good night. Another reference to the crucifixion of Jesus in the 2nd century was made by Celsus, a Greek philosopher. I don't know who's naming these people, but an opponent of early Christianity. His literary work, The True Word, survives exclusively via quotations. Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. All right, this is what he wrote. You, I don't know who he's writing to, mock and revile the statues of our gods, but if you had reviled Bacchus or Hercules in person, you would not perhaps have done so with impunity. But those who crucified your God when present among men suffered nothing for it, either at the time or during the whole of their lives. So needless to say, there's quite a few references.
Yeah, that last one you read, that is super interesting. Because I don't know if anybody else is going to caught that or not, but yeah, what he said what did he say? When your God walked among men,
Yeah.
like whether he was worshiping, he wasn't worshiping the true God, but he still acknowledged that a God was walking among men.
Yeah. Yeah.
In his
That's,
mind, a God, versus the God. But
yeah.
so that's just interesting to me that which I kind of think maybe that speaks to Jesus's reputation among those people. You know, here they either heard the stories or talked to somebody who was present for some of those things. You know,
Mhm.
all the miracles and things like that. You know, um, so that kind of surprised me a little bit that even the
Yeah, super interesting, isn't it?
uh,
Here's another one. Talmud, Talmud. It says another possible reference to the crucifixion. Um, this is what it says. So it's kind of odd. On the evening of the Passover, Yahshua was hanged. For 40 days before the execution took place, a herald went forth and cried, "He is going forth to be stoned because he has practiced sorcery and enticed Israel to apostasy. Anyone who can say anything in his favor, let him come forward and plead on his behalf." Since nothing was brought forward in his favor, he was hanged on the eve of Passover. Now that's super interesting.
yes, that because I just looked at the that word Talmud.
Yeah,
That sounded really familiar, and so I looked it up.
good.
And the Talmud is the central text of the rabbinic Judaism and the primary source of Jewish religious law and theology.
Yeah, because it says at the very bottom, Sanhedrin 43a,
Yes, because
Babylonian Talmud.
it says rather than a single book, it is a massive multi-volume compendium of ancient debates, legal discussions, stories, and biblical interpretations compiled over hundreds of years.
Hmm.
So it's all those things like the debates and the like all the times that we read in the Bible about how Jesus would go back and forth with the Pharisees and all the time he was on trial and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff would be written down
Oh
and
yeah,
in that book.
yeah, that's wild. You want to hear this one? This is from Samaria.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Samaritan tradition preserved in the Toledo places the death of Jesus dying in the reign of Tiberius and attributes it to Pontius Pilate under the Samaritan high priest uh, Yahatana. Now listen to this. This will blow your dome. During the days of Yahatana, Jesus, son of Mary, and son of Joseph the carpenter, the son of the adulteress, was killed in cursed Salem, quote unquote, during the reign of Tiberius, king of Rome, by Pilate of Akron.
Hmm.
That's interesting. I love all these different writings, how they were wrote. Oh, then there's Islam. What the Islam people think. Huh. And there's not Gnostic, Gnosticism. Huh. Oh, check this out. Some early Christian Gnostic sects, believing Jesus did not have a physical substance, denied that he was crucified. In response, Ignatius of Antioch insisted that Jesus was truly born and was truly crucified, and wrote that those who held that Jesus only seem to be Christians. So strange, some of this stuff. Hmm. Go back. That's some wild stuff, man.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, God. Oh, what else is there? How many accounts of the crucifixion are in the Bible? Oh, how many accounts of the crucifixion are outside of the Bible? That's what I want to know. I'm going to do that real quick. How many accounts of Jesus' crucifixion are outside the Bible? And go. Huh! That's funny. Somehow it got gallons and crucifixion mixed up. How many gallons of Jesus? All of them. Stupid AI. Yeah. All right. How many accounts? No, I have to type. AI must work for people who live in cities and speak perfect English.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. AI overview. There are about 5 non-biblical ancient sources that explicitly mention or confirm the crucifixion of Jesus by Pontius Pilate. I do not believe that. There has to be more. Yeah, and all the ones I read are that's there has to be way more. They can't be just that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I wonder.
Oh, top 10 historical references to Jesus outside of the Bible from Bible Archaeology Reports. Let's click on that. That's what it says. Oh boy, that's a lot of reading. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It is difficult to explain the explosive growth of Christianity within the first 100 years or so of Christ's life if he himself did not actually exist. Uh, one of the often overlooked group of extra biblical texts. Oh, let me start that sentence over. One of the often overlooked group of extra biblical texts which testify to his. Did they make these words up? I swear they made these words. His, history. The word history's in there, but I don't even know how to pronounce that. Someone have to say it for me. History. I don't know. Of Jesus of Nazareth are those from early Christian writings, some of whom reported what they heard directly from those who met Jesus personally. Could you imagine?
Mm,
Like you're hanging out with somebody who hung out with Jesus or
right.
met Jesus.
Right. Like, oh, I know that dude. Yeah. I
Ah,
sat down with him. I
yeah,
had tea one day. Like,
he,
whatever.
unbelievable. Yeah, bagels. You think they did bagels back then? They make good bagels. I'm telling you. It's the best bagel I ever had was made by the Jewish people. It was so good. let's see. So I have a photo in front of me of this paper, if you will, of Clement from Codex Alexandria's something. Oh my word. I would not make a good archaeologist. I'm just like all these fancy names. Anyways, Clement was a first century leader of the church at Rome who wrote a letter to the church at Corinth, um, circa AD 70 through 96. Uh, in it, he speaks of the teachings of Jesus, his death, and his resurrection from the dead. And then there's that Ignatius of Antioch. Um, there's some other Polycarp, a guy named Polycarp, in his letter to the Philippians, um, between 110 and 140 AD, affirmed that Jesus lived and died. Polycarp, not crap, was said to have been taught directly by the original apostles. Huh. There's quite a few. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I need a lesson in how to speak these names. I don't know. I'm tongue tied. I'm kind of done talking. There's some serious strange names. Thallus. A dude named Thallus. Circa AD 55. Boy.
Yeah, I was just looking at him. He talked about the darkness. You know, the
Oh, yeah.
when Jesus was crucified and when he died, the darkness that was over the land. He talked about that.
And the earthquake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. He wrote on the whole world were pressed a most fearful darkness, and the rocks were rent by an earthquake. In many places in Judea and other districts were thrown down. This darkness Thalius in the third book of his history calls, as appears to me without reason, an eclipse of the sun. Well, it was a little more than an eclipse of the sun.
Yeah, but I think that's just how they.
How they
That's probably
comprehended
how
it.
they. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they kept their brains from breaking in half. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and there was another guy, uh, Phlegon of Tralles.
Okay.
He wrote a. he called it. They called it a. He was a secular Roman historian, and he wrote a vast chronicle called the Olympiads.
Hmm.
And it has a little passage here from it. It says, in the fourth year, however, of Olympiad 202, around 32-33 AD, an eclipse of the sun happened greater and more excellent than any that had happened before it. And this is the part that caught me. It says, at the sixth hour, day turned
Ooh.
into dark night. Where have I heard that before?
Oh, I don't know, this little thing called the Bible.
All right. So that the stars were seen in the sky, and an earthquake in by Bithynia toppled many buildings of the city of Nicaea.
Okay. Huh. Let's see. I'm trying to find some Matthew, Mark. Check.
Oh, that's interesting. So Tertullian,
Yeah,
he appealed to the Roman archives, I guess. He basically called the Romans out and said, he addressed the pagan Roman audience and claimed that the darkness at Jesus' death was a matter of official public record in Rome's own imperial archives.
no kidding.
Yeah, I guess the significance of that is it implies that the what they called an anomaly was
Hmm.
notable enough to be written down by local Roman officials in Judea and sent back to Rome.
No kidding. I want to know more about that Chinese one, man. Because if the Chinese knew,
Yes.
you know, I'm trying to find where it says. Um, I don't find it. Where's hmm. There's always so much more to the story than
Yeah.
than what is told in church. Like your pastor can say whatever. Like you really need to look it up because there's like some just sometimes like the craziest details that get left out.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Nothing is whoever's telling or preaching, but yeah. Where is it? I'm trying to find out like where the earthquake happened and because you like actually mentioned some cities, so I was like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's I was kind of wishing, like, well, maybe it does,
let's
I
find it.
guess. If does it
Looking
have
for it right now.
Oh, look at that. It does have a map. Awesome.
Got a map?
Mm, yeah, which is
Oh, here it is.
if I
It's
could
in it's in Matthew. It's in Matthew. Matthew. Matthew 27, verse 51. Then behold, the veil of the temple was torn into from top to bottom, and the earth quaked, and the rocks were split, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming out of the graves after his resurrection, they went into the holy city and appeared to many. So when the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and the things that had happened, they feared greatly, saying, "Truly this was the Son of God." Dude, those guys must have freaked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I just looked at the maps in my Bible and I'm not finding either of those two cities.
No,
So,
that's wild to mention those two
where
cities.
is No. Mania and Nicea. Nicaea compared to Jerusalem.
Hmm.
No, 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 no. What?
What? What do you got?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me I think my brain just split.
Hmm.
Okay, so what I read before about that, he said that no, why do I've got too many things in between. Dang it all. Blah 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 blah. Okay, here we are. Uh so that the stars were seen in the sky and an earthquake in Bithynia toppled many buildings of the city of Nicaea. Okay, so I searched where is Nicaea
Hmm.
in relation to Jerusalem. Uh, okay, this earthquake that happened
Yeah.
was not localized.
Okay.
Nicaea, the town that
Yeah.
this thing is saying that it toppled buildings,
Yeah.
is 1,100 miles away from Jerusalem.
Okay. That explains why it's not in the Bible. 11 north or south, east or oh, it can't be. Can't be
Um,
east. Can't
let's
be west.
see. It's an ancient mountainous district in Roman province bordering the Black Sea. It sat directly across the
With the Black
Bosporus
Sea.
Strait from Byzantium, which later became Constantinople and is today Istanbul, Turkey.
Hmm. What was the
Nicaea
name of this?
is now today known as, okay, Iznik, Turkey. I want a map.
Map. Map of Turkey. Double double. So
Okay, so it's northwest.
northwest.
Almost as the crow flies, like Israel, Cyprus, and then right on the corner of the Sea of Marmara.
Okay. What was the name of it?
Today it is known as Iznik.
Isn't it? What was it back then?
That is the modern day. Um,
Oh, so it's like on the Black Sea near the Strait. It's pretty far away.
that is the modern day Nicaea.
Okay.
Nicaea. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Sure. No, I got you. That's a long ways away. I got the map here, so. Huh.
So that earthquake was strong enough that it toppled buildings 1,100 miles away.
That was a big one. Yeah. Well, it apparently blocked out the entire sun from the entire planet for anybody that was getting sunlight that day, at that time. So, like, that side of the world was lit up. Now it's dark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's pretty.
I have to correct myself. That was kilometers, not miles. So it's actually 630 miles.
630
Yeah,
dang kilometers.
I know, right?
Still a long ways away.
Yeah,
We should make
and
that an ultra marathon. It'd be a super long ultra. Hmm.
Okay, so
Well,
oh, wait a minute.
my God.
That is super interesting. Okay, so couple of things here. Um, the okay, so they call it the Phlegon eclipse account.
Okay.
Uh, that's the Roman historian. He recorded that a massive solar eclipse turned day into night, and then earthquakes shook Nicaea in Bithynia. He was writing about a region hundreds of miles away from Jerusalem. Christian apologists use this to argue that the crucifixion darkness was not just a small, localized cloud over the hill of Golgotha, but a massive atmospheric anomaly that was felt and recorded clear across the Eastern Roman Empire.
Hmm.
And this is the part that because I thought that name Nicaea sounded so familiar,
Yeah.
and this just told me why. That is where 300 years after Jesus was crucified, Constantine called hundreds of Christian bishops from across the empire for the Council of Nicaea
I gotcha.
to formalize the early Christian creed.
Huh. I'm done.
I don't know. I don't know why that strikes me so hard, but it's just interesting that that city was rocked hard enough that it was named in some of these accounts, and then that's
Oh, shit.
where Constantine had his council or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. Hmm. Well, I can say it's safe to say that it's in the Bible and it's out of the Bible. So, so I suppose I'd be interested to know, and we'll probably never know. So obviously that side of the planet is getting daylight. It goes dark. The back side of the planet, if you will, our planet, is obviously dark. But did they experience any earthquake or anything on that side of the planet?
Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
Because obviously China talks about daylight because it went dark, so it had to be dark over there. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So,
Yeah.
but dark enough to see the stars, that's pretty dark.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, because
Super dark.
even like we had that total solar eclipse. Gosh, what was that? It was. I mean, it wasn't like super recent. It was like 2018, 29, something like that. I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
And you didn't see stars.
No.
You know. Um.
Yeah, because you're not really supposed to look at those things. Burn your eyeballs out.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And for it to be dark enough to see stars,
Mm-hmm.
that to me says it's not just an eclipse.
That's just straight up dark.
Yeah, like that's like that's like, you know, if if my kids don't want to go to sleep and their lights are on in the bedroom, I reach in and just flip their lights off. That's when it's like God just reached over and click, no more sun. You know.
Lights out, yo. Sure. That's kind of funny.
But yeah, like you said to your question about everybody else in the world, I actually was wondering, you know, what does the written language look like elsewhere on the planet at that time?
Yeah,
You know, and so and I all I can tell you is what Google AI tells me. You know, it's like I don't know,
that's
I can't say it
yeah,
for one
yeah,
hundred percent,
right.
but you know it says that um, well, roughly 25% of the world's population had a written, like actual written language, and that was all in the Roman Empire, the Chinese empires, you know,
Sure.
all
Yeah,
of them. Um, and they said the rest of the world, they all pretty much were uh, oral traditions and pictographs. And then, you know, a lot of those you're seeing those pictographs now, and then it's left an interpretation for interpretation by whoever's reading it or looking at it.
yeah, yeah. You ever seen this is total? We just went from cars to trucks here. You ever just have you ever been to Utah or anything and seen those pictoglyphs?
Hmm.
Oh man, it is some weird stuff. Super weird stuff. But yeah, it just made me think of that. Like I've spent a few days in Moab one time, and it was like this place is loaded with them, loaded. So yeah, just strange rock carvings on canyon walls and stuff. It's cool.
Right. And how
Yeah,
many of those can be, you know, yeah, they look really strange, but that's how they rationalized what they were seeing and experiencing.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like, they just draw this stuff to screw with people or what?
Yeah,
You know?
right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of kids, couple of teenagers sitting in a cave going,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Pretty wild. Yo, crazy. Huh. Well, I think that answers your question. Answers the question from the old grab bag there. Seems to
Yeah.
be pretty consistent, and everybody has the same basic idea of what happened. Had the same happenings on that side of the planet
Yeah.
when it went down. So yeah, it would be interesting to like look up those two cities and see if there was any like archaeological work on them to see if there's like hey, these two places got tipped over
You're right.
in an earthquake. Yeah. So, oh man. So it makes me think of what's that movie where the guy doesn't believe in Jesus? And by the end of the movie, he does. He's a reporter, writes a book,
Oh, um,
Case for Christ, isn't it?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that book probably would have helped us out today. Just thought of that. Probably should get a copy of that. Oh man. Yeah, that was a good one tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's we'll have to do another one similar to this about, like, well, I guess it wouldn't really work because there's too much um to wade through. All of the false stuff would be really difficult, because all this stuff like is kind of like the debate as to whether or not Jesus actually lived. Like, that debate's been settled. He was actually a person living
Yeah.
in Israel, and you know he was he did walk around, and he had a following, and all of those things they can prove through archaeological stuff and different manuscripts, and both Christian and secular, and but where the where things get difficult for a lot of people is 3 days after the crucifixion.
Mm.
You know, and that's where your faith comes in. That Jesus is who he said he was,
Yeah.
and did for all of us exactly what he said he was going to do. And for me, the biggest evidence, apart from believing that, is that all of the disciples, they died for that.
Yeah.
And the idea that I've seen some of these like kind of like satire videos, the funny whatever videos of the disciples standing around, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna steal his body, and then we're gonna be persecuted like crazy because we say we believe these things, and we're gonna die horrible deaths. Yeah, that's ludicrous to me that somebody would go through what they went through
Yeah.
if they didn't believe with 100% certainty, and they didn't actually see the things, the transfigured Christ, and the resurrected Christ, and got to see Thomas put his fingers in the wounds on his hands and
Yeah.
side. If they didn't experience all of that, and that was all a lie, I can't come up with any reason why they would put themselves through what they went through.
Exactly. Yeah. It defies human logic.
Yes.
Yeah. Completely. So it's like, yeah, they were there. They saw. It was real. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't even. There's like no comparison. I'm like, 11 guys believe the same thing, and died for it horribly.
Yeah.
It didn't deny it one time.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's got to be true. Has to be true. Yeah. So, because any one of those guys would be like, it was just a joke, blah, 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 blah. Not a joke. It was legit. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, because it was horrible. Because if it wasn't real and they were going to do that stuff to me, I would totally just say whatever to get out of that. But
Yes.
to see it, I mean, those are horrific deaths. And you're just
Boy,
like,
oh my goodness, like Steven, that that guy, man. Like, I mean, they were all. I mean, save for I think one of them. I think only one of them died of natural causes, right? I think, or didn't. Well, I don't
yeah,
remember now.
John.
But
I don't think any. Yeah,
the like, Steven was stoned to death. Like, I can't even imagine. That's like, that's just getting beaten to death by rocks,
yeah, it's horrible. It's
right?
absolutely horrible. Can't you just yeah, goodness.
And then being crucified upside down, and
Mhm.
it just
Yeah,
to essentially voluntarily go to that because
yeah,
they had every option to escape that stuff. They could have said, "Oh yeah, come on guys, just jokes, just jokes. We're just messing around,"
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't.
Nope. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just yeah, it's beyond my yeah. Unless I'd seen it my personally, like in that time, I'm like, yeah, I'm just kidding around, man, just joking. But like to see it, yeah, like I said, it defies human logic on both aspects. Like to be able to pull something like even if they were lying, everybody, and to pull that off, but like when you get down to their death, I mean, you see like criminals now. I'm not saying these guys are criminals. I did not imply that. I did not mean
Right?
that.
Yeah.
But you take a criminal. It was like, oh, someone's creeping on me. Someone just poked my head in the office. That was creepy. Anyways, gotta love those boys. They you take a criminal, even you catch them in the act, and they still like fight it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like because they don't want the death sentence or the makeup. I kind of lost my thought now. Someone poked their head in here, but yeah, um, the fact that they all died and not one of them discounted what they saw.
Mhm.
Uh, so that alone, it's just another mark up of faith that he was real. He is real, was real, is real, still real, always will be real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like you said, I think what you were getting at was that you criminals nowadays, they're accused of something, and they'll say and do anything that they need to get away from the death penalty,
Mm,
even when what they're accused of is 100% accurate.
sure.
Well, they flipped that on its head, and they were like accusing them, of all these different things, and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, that's us, that's me." What? And what? And then they would give them an out, like just renounce everything that you've been teaching and don't
Yeah.
ever do it again, and we'll leave you alone.
Mm,
Nope, sorry, bud,
can't do
ain't
it.
happening.
Yeah, I saw it. I was there, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah.
And then they'd leave the courtroom, go right back out into the courtyard, and keep preaching. And they drag
Yeah.
them back into the courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah. It just like your faith they had so much faith it just defies human logic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because Stephen's death is always a powerful one for me.
Yeah,
Um,
he was the first one to go. And he wasn't even like he wasn't like one of the actual 12 disciples,
right, right.
but he was the first martyr for Jesus, Christianity. That is in Acts.
Yeah, 6. No, it's a little further than that, I think.
There it is. 7, verse 54. Mm,
Yeah. It's- this is just, it's, if we could all, as Christians, have a similar experience during death as Stephen did, oh my goodness.
mm. Yeah, it's wild. Like what he was. um, yeah, they were so. It says they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed at him with their teeth. Have you
Mm-hmm.
ever been so distraught and angry with somebody you just gnashed your teeth at them? I don't think I have. No, that's. I think it's probably where they flipped their switch, and then they just. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That was that was where they had made their mind up. That's and I think Stephen knew it too. You know, I mean, behold, I see the heavens open and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of God.
Mm. Yeah. Verse 57. Then they cried out with a loud voice, stopped their ears, and ran at him with one accord. They just mobbed him, and they cast him out of the city and stoned him. They completely lost their mind.
Yeah, and then immediately after, well, not immediately after, but as they were, uh, it's very interesting that this was the kind of the big entrance of the guy that God was going to get a hold of.
Yeah,
You know, like, yeah, the
yeah,
witnesses laid down their garments at the feet of a young man named Saul.
yep, yep.
And it's like, it's almost like I could see this being like the end of a movie that there's going to be a sequel to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah. Chapter 8 starts with now Saul was consenting to his death.
yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. That's where, so as you, in Acts 9, that's where, that's where we got the name for the way outside. So if you start reading chapter 9, I'll just
Yeah,
read like the
right.
first paragraph. Um, Damascus, the Damascus road, Saul converted. Then Saul, I gotta fix my glasses. Here we go. Then Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked letters from him to the synagogues of Damascus, so that if he found anyone who were of the way, capital W, whether men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. So he was like, not so, yeah. So that's how we got the name Way Outside. We took the way, which is Jesus, and we took it outside the four walls.
That's right. Yes.
It works like it's supposed to. So anyways, but this guy's bad man jamma. Like he's getting letters. Like he's got like a checkbook full of warrants, if you will. She was like, oh, let's go. I'll just fill your name in while we're walking on the road.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
gonna kill you. You know. So yeah. Yeah. Saul, the next big thing. Who ends up writing a whole bunch of the New Testament.
Yeah.
Surprise. Plot twist. You guys like left turns? Because I'm making one. Oh, man. So, yeah. Jesus is real. The crucifixion happened. It is documented in and out of the Bible. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's around. It's there. It happened. It's legit. Jesus is real. God's real. Get some.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. I'm making an awesome pastor.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe more evangelistic, like, just like, I don't know if I could talk to the same people for 20 years about the same thing and have them not do anything. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a couple weeks and you just show up at church and I'd have the doors locked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all need to go do something.
Right.
Get out.
Yes.
Go find some new people.
Right. It's been long enough.
Yeah. Long enough.
And
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That would motivate people. Probably deter other people. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. Food for thought. I would do that. That's a great idea.
Right. Yeah, big sign on the door. Okay, now it's your turn. Get out there and love somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. You've been listening to me for how long? It's time to apply.
Right, right.
I mean, you don't get to sit in kindergarten forever, your whole life. You get bumped up, then you finally get bumped out. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same at church. Yeah, let's go. Get motivated. Huh? We should make church pews a little more uncomfortable. Stuff's getting too cushy inside.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making it way too easy for that very thing to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's your little soft, here's your nice chair and your hot coffee and your meal and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
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 I'm down with the meal and coffee, but like, let's not sit around. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. If you got a bony butt, bring a cushion. Anyways, I go on all night about that.
I know, right? Yeah. No, believe
But-
you me, I believe that is one of our topics in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
We get to that one where they're in for a treat. Then let me tell you what.
I do have to give up my cell phone because like I run all my running. Hopefully it tones down here in this November, December, but like I don't have a problem napping on Wednesday evenings in church. I will pass flat out sometimes. Yeah. So there's no one there to keep me awake. That's why I have friends at children's show. It's like
Yeah.
I do a pretty good job staying awake when she's out there though. She's like, "Hey, wake up." She's like, "You're starting to breathe pretty heavy." It's probably fixing to snore.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. Because I know someone's gonna watch this, but he sleeps in the back. Not all the time. I'm tired. Anyways. so, so, all right. Yeah. Get some Jesus. He's real. He's legit. He's not just in the Bible. He's everywhere.
That's right.
Oh. So, yeah. With that said, we love you.
God loves you.
Peace out.
Peace.
Soundstripe.